to be honest with you guys, I don't really want to hear Julian Champagne's post game that much, but I am interested in Chris Paul's. So we're gonna listen to Chris Paul.
Mitch said he saw, sounds strange, but he saw some defensive improvement effort-wise tonight. What have you seen from the defense the last two games? I mean, losing Victor is huge, but did you expect that?
139, which someone told me that was the worst defense of any NBA team. Is that the most points scored in an NBA game this year? And then we just break our own record with 140? If I'm wrong, tell me, chat.
To go down this much?
Yeah, our defense has sort of been our staple all season long. Regardless whether we win or lose, we've been able to get stops. So giving up 140 tonight, I don't know what we gave up last night, but that's not really our identity. So we get a nice off day tomorrow and get another crack at it on Sunday.
No, it was just that night. Oh, the most scored that night. Okay, got you. I thought 139. I was like, really? Did 141 tonight. Oh, okay, so 109 was worse yesterday. Gotcha. Okay, so it wasn't the season. I was about to say.
Can you speak to Julian Champagne's confidence this season? It's something he said he wanted to focus on at the beginning of it, and so I'm curious what you've seen from him this year.
Man, Ju has been great. You know what I mean? I think shooting it with confidence, not even thinking about it, letting it fly. Playing against him last year, I think I guarded him, and I just saw, like, you might close out on him, he still shoot it, and that's when you know somebody's confident. And during camp and before the season started, I just told him, I'll try to find you as much as possible, just continue to shoot it. And he's been doing great, mixing it up, driving and shooting it, and it was a great game for him tonight.
Please bring up the Zach Collins ejection.
3 shy of leapfrogging Jason Kidd in the second all-time assist-wise. Has that sunk in, or is it something you look at after your career is over? Or?
Yeah, it's wild, because, 5 years ago I had seen that number, and it's like, man, are you going to play long enough to do that? Seriously, I remember being a rookie, I said that before, looking up in Utah, seeing John Stockton, the all-time steals and assist leader, so yeah, it's kind of crazy because, I'm grateful for the opportunity to still continue to play. It's been so many.
Super off topic. I love this hoodie and I need it, but I already know if I find it, it's going to be like over $1,000, right? Just like when we looked up that Keldon Johnson jacket.
He's done here, he's done there, So I think it's a lot of gratitude. And, when and if that happens, I'll be grateful. And I think my family will be here to share that with me.
It's so clean.
Speaking of that, how are you feeling just in general? The locker room's obviously had a few injuries here and there. There's, I guess it's 3 games in a row now lost, but how are you feeling? How's the locker room overall feeling?
Yeah, it's way better than that striped sweater he wore. That looked
I'm good as far as my body, all that, mentally, all that stuff. But I think for us, we definitely need to get a win. You don't want to get used to this losing stuff. Obviously, it's been a tough stretch for us right now with different bodies in and out. But that's why it's next man up mentality. But
this is why I don't think anybody should say the team is better when Sohan isn't playing. I think that that's a very short-sighted way of viewing it. First off, I don't think that he's responsible for these last 2 losses at all. I think he's had really good games. But second, or first last 2, I meant last 3. But second, yeah, no, that's not a good way of viewing it. You wouldn't say that the 21-22 Spurs team is, because they had a better record, is better than, you'd rather have that team than last year's team. It's like, no, it just doesn't work like that. Guys played together for a certain amount of time this season, right? And now you're adjusting to new people coming in and out. Trey Jones have come in and out, and then you got to get used to that. Sohan was out, and then he goes back in. You got to get used to that. It's getting used to everything, but you can't just say this player doesn't fit. You need a big enough sample size for me to say this player doesn't fit. And Sohan in particular, that archetype, that type of player that he is, that play style, it has been conducive to winning in all of NBA history. Like that type of player, you can find them on dynasty teams all of the time. So the way that he plays does not hurt the team. I think that that's very ridiculous. If anyone actually believes that, that's not true. I mean, just look at any past dynasty, right? Look at most teams that won championships. You have that type of archetype on their roster to some capacity. Some better than others, but it is that type of player on the team. And I think that the Spurs got a really good one, better than some of the other ones that we've seen that on teams that have been successful.
You know, been a tough few games for us, but it's really hard to win in this league. You know, winning one game is really hard, so you definitely want to get back on the winning train just so you don't forget what that feels like.
I think Mitch talked about.
It's so weird. It's so weird because I don't know. Me being a Spurs fan, I'm very used to winning. So this has been strange. The last few years have been strange.
He said he didn't want to make the discussion on the defensive end all about Victor. He said that there's been a lot of, I guess, poor play on individual one-on-one defense, things like that. What have you seen from the last few games?
I got to watch film. You know, the 2 games was too quick to do that. But I think, you know, we just got to continue to help each other. You know, definitely individual defense matters, but the best defensive teams in the league are team defense. You know, and I think we just got to continue to watch. You know, watch games, try to learn people's tendencies and teams' tendencies. And as we get better at that, I think we'll continue to get better.
Mendito? Hopefully I said that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. Jeremy plays like Manu in those lanes and near rim, sometimes hard to explain. No, I get what you're saying. It's very high basketball IQ, making smart cuts, taking the right angles on guys. It's not easy. It looks easy. It looks like, because some people say, which is so silly, they'll say, oh, he's stat padding. But it's like, no, he's taking the right angle on guys. That's why he's constantly open under the rim. It isn't just because he's just sitting there waiting to get the ball. It's because he's making very smart cuts. He's looking at what the defense is giving him, and he's finding those small openings to do it. So, yeah. Manu would do that all the time. Manu was great at everything, but yeah.
Brighter spots of the game was just how y'all started. How do you sustain that, though, for entire game?
Yeah, I mean, if we knew that wouldn't happen tonight, you know. But I think for us, you know, they got the analytics and statistics of everything, and we haven't been one of the better teams in the first quarter. Third quarter has really been our quarter, but I think for us, we're just trying to find consistency through the whole game. And once we figure that out, I think we'll see much brighter spots.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
All right, no.
All right, cool. Well, let's listen to that last part one more time because that was pretty positive.
Of everything, and
The game was just how y'all started. How do you sustain that, though, for entire game?
yeah, I mean, if we knew that wouldn't happen tonight, you know. But I think for us, you know, they got the analytics and statistics of everything, and we haven't been one of the better teams in the first quarter. Third quarter has really been our quarter, but I think for us, we're just trying to find consistency through the whole game. And once we figure that out, I think we'll see much brighter spots.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
All right. I think it is important to keep in mind that this team is young. It says Spurs need players like Aaron Baines or Tiago Splitter. I hope they get something like that. I think that's a little bit of nostalgia, my friend. I think that's a little bit of revisionist history. Aaron Baines wasn't that good. He wasn't bad, but like, yeah. And a Tiago Splitter on this team, I wouldn't want a Tiago Splitter on this team. You know, he worked well next to Duncan. No. But yeah, I don't think Baines was really that great. Honestly. Baines will be getting so much hate if he had to take a huge role on this team. We didn't even play Wemby, not worried. We'll be all right. Tiago too slow for this team. That's true too. Tiago had high IQ. Yeah. He was a good connector, you know. He's a finesse big. Good connector. Boris will work on this team. Yeah, Boris will work on this team. Of course. Boris is one of those archetypes that I feel like works on just about any team. We need Zach attack minutes next to Wemby. You don't want Zach next to Wemby. We saw what that looked like. The Spurs already tried that, and it wasn't good. Boris is my favorite non-Hall of Fame Spurs all time. I think mine might be Derek White and Kyle Anderson. Two players that didn't win a championship, but I think they're really good. All right, we'll end the segment here. I don't think there's much else to say. You think there's anything else to say? Nah. Chris Paul's like, nah, let's go ahead and end it. Yeah.